Looking at Egyptian. So I think you were doing all right with the right hand. Bar 5, 6, 7, you got a little bit stuck there. So just to make sure you're clear, that's E, F, G, then G sharp, F, and E. So 4, 2, 1. You miss out the white note G. Don't play that when you come down from G sharp to F to E. So just practice that, okay? So if I put that hands together up to the end of that second line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Move the right hand, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. You do need to count your beat, just as I was doing, because you need to make sure that you wait for the 2 beats before you play anything on the 3rd beat. Make sure that chord comes exactly on the 3rd beat. Same here, all right, and there, and there. And even here, the beginning of this bar, where you've got a tied note, you play the chord, and then the right hand must come in on the 2nd beat. So watch out there. The only other thing I think is just to make sure that you finish that line with your 2nd finger on A, and then you need to switch back to the thumb on the next line to start that line there with the right hand, okay? And yes, that's A and E in the left hand to start on that chord. And then if we go on to the next line in the right hand, so we found out that this note here with 2 ledger lines, that's what they're called, is G, okay? If we follow it down, the first ledger line is middle C, which you're familiar with, okay? So that's that first ledger line. So the note below it, in that space there, will be B, or in this case it's B flat. Then the next line would be A, which you've got next door. So below that line, in that space, is G. So that's how you work out where that note is and what it is. It's G, okay? So you're using those 2 black keys again. Then just hop up 1 key so that you start on A. Then you move back to G again. Now these 2 bars need some careful practice. Turn the thumb under on the D and make sure you play it as a crotchet, all right? Before you play on, okay? 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and then carry on. So there's a crotchet in that bar and the crotchet on the B flat there as well. The rhythm in both those bars is exactly the same. So let me try and do both those bars now. From the G, turn under, then F, E, D, C sharp, B flat is a crotchet, C sharp, B flat and A. So remember that sharps and flats, if the notes come again in the same bar, you must use them again. And I think I said, I don't know why they put a C sharp there in brackets, but they haven't put the B flat in brackets, which doesn't make sense to me, but yeah, so you need to use the flats and sharps. So let me do those 2 bars again. Okay, all right. Then you jump an octave to the next A above. Then you've got E, jump and change to the thumb on E. Now this E is tied, so you're supposed to hold it, but these last 2 notes that have got 3 ledger lines, that note there, that is E and A. So if you want to write in your music, the lower note of those 2 is E with the 2nd finger, and above that, that's an A with the 5th finger, okay? So where your thumb was on the E, that next note, E, is the octave above it. So between that E and that E, that is an octave jump, all right? And that's why you can't possibly hold that note and play those 2 notes, which is why underneath the music you've got ped written there, pedal, and a line going all the way along, which means the pedal, if I use my pedal, holds the note So then you can add those two top notes to make that chord. So that's E and A, almost at the top of your keyboard. Well, you can't see the top of my keyboard, but that's how far away it is from middle C. Okay, so let me just play all that right hand again. I'll go back to bar 9 and play it from there. I'm using the pedal. Change to the thumb, count 2 beats, then play the chord at the top very, very gently. PP is very quiet, so it's very quiet, that one, okay? And all the way through that, the left hand is just holding that A and E chord because it's tied and tied all the way to the end. So with the pedal, you get this blurred sound. Okay, like that. So P for ped, you just press the pedal down with your foot and you just hold it down all the way along. So if you can try and get the pedal attachment on your keyboard, that would be really good.